love this car. It drives so smooth, so quiet, so perfect. Let me introduce you to the cheapest Lexus ISF on the internet. At least that's what the internet tells me. What if I told you this 2012 Starfire Pearl Lexus ISF was only $19,000? Crazy, huh? I don't know. Apparently the car market is not what it used to be, and you can buy 2012 and up ISFs for under 20 grand. Oh boy. So the car is for sale, but it's not for 20 grand. Keep watching and we'll get through all the mods, all the upgrades, all the maintenance, and we'll kind of discuss, you know, what price it should be, what price I'm looking for. If I have to part it out, I'll part it out, but I don't know. I haven't seen typically like 2008 to 2010 or 11 ISFs. They're in the 20s range, upper 20s. You get a nice one with low mileage. It's 30s, 40s. So let's take a look inside. Let's look at the engine. You'll notice this says brand new 2012 headlights. They do have PPF on them. These are the 2014 white LED fog lights. Let's take a look under here. Paint's in great condition. It's a Southern car, so it's taken care of. Oh, did I mention it's 600 horsepower and supercharged? Yes, it is. It's got the RR Racing supercharger kit on it. So the front case, the front timing cover, the chains, all that has been replaced. The rattling tensioner, that's taken care of. We'll go through all that maintenance, what that cost, all the parts involved. If you don't think it's going to happen to yours, it will. You're going to have to pay at some point to get this front timing assembly changed out. Valley plate leak, that's a common issue on these cars. This one's all taken care of. It was taken care of by the dealer. So they removed the whole intake manifold and then resealed the valley plate. That's another common issue with these. So that's all done. Interior. Door panels look great. Usually they're sticky and disgusting. These are all replaced. The dashboard was replaced because it was a Florida car. They took care of that. Interior looks great. Seats have a tiny bit of wear right here, just a little bit of wear down here, but the Alcantara in the middle is great. It's the blue trim, so you've got a brand new steering wheel from Lexus. That's new. We've got center console is leather, blue stitched. We also have an Alcantara one here from a 2014. Maybe we'll install this, maybe not. Passenger seat here looks great. Remember, this is a $20,000 car. Keep that in mind. Floor mats, these are new. There's a spare set in the trunk as well. Here we just have a little gauge in there for the supercharger system. Can be sold without the supercharger. Do you want to know how much? We'll get to that. Don't worry about it. Elephant in the room, which is not a big issue, but the car does have 131,000 miles on it, but it is a Toyota, it's a Lexus. I don't know why people think that this isn't even higher mileage, but when it gets to this mileage, it's like a hoopty, or it's clapped out, or it's like a 200,000 mile a car. I don't know. Because like I said, we took care of a lot of the maintenance. Everything is good to go. Back door panels, also fine. Back seat looks great. There's no wear. Probably never been used really or sat in. The back of the front seats are all in great condition. The leather of both of them. Paint, I just love the paint. Ceramic coated. The guys at Exquisite Auto Spa in Elm Grove, Wisconsin took care of this. I believe it's a 7-year coating on this, but looks brand new. I mean, there's a few minor imperfections here and there, like there might be a chip here, you know, but For the most part, the undercladding and the moldings are great. Mickey Thompson ET Streets. These are also sitting on a brand new 2014 suspension. So if you know the springs and struts from the 2014 are the best, they're on this car. Also upgraded is the 2014 power steering ECU. So that is in this car. So essentially, mechanically, this car is a 2014, which is the best upgrades and the best parts in regards to the suspension and the steering. This car also has PPE unequal length headers, which are coated in Swaintech White Lightning ceramic coating. If you don't know what White Lightning is, I suggest you Google it. It's the best coating you can have on exhaust and hot side turbo stuff. I've had it on cars since, like, I don't even know, 2012 or earlier, and the coating's perfectly fine. You can put your hand right up to the manifold and it's not a problem. So in addition to that, this also has a QTP dump valve. So it's got stock exhausts or mufflers. It's got stock midsection with no cats, and then it has the QTP dump valve here, which has good ground clearance still. And with that, we made about 600 wheel horsepower with technically stock exhaust and PPE headers. So the car makes power. The compression is great. Did a compression check as well. And if you know this channel, if you know my cars, you know I take immaculate care of my vehicles. All parts are OEM. Everything is done to the T, to the service manual, and I take care of my stuff. Cars I have on here are not just buys, just to flip them and make a buck. Everything on here is looked at and analyzed from a technical perspective. What can be better? What do we need to do here? And that's kind of why I got into suspension from the 14. Power steering ECU. I wanted this car to be perfect in every way for me and the next buyer. So $19,000. Where are these cars for $19,000 in the country? I don't even think they go for that little in the auction. Anyways, moving on, we have brand new OEM taillights because the ones that came on the car had tint on them. I didn't like it, so I bought brand new ones. It's another thing. It's just the little things, the value that you're getting with the car. You don't want the supercharger system? Fine, I'll take it off. No problem. This also has the European inner tail lights. These have the rear fog lights. Actually, these might be OEM. I just cut this out and modified it. Either way, brand new as well. And then we have rear fog lights in case you're into that kind of thing. And then it has the OEM wiper stock, or the fog light stock. So here's your OEM JDM or European fog light stock. You have off, front fog lights, and then one more click up is rear fog lights. Kind of hard to see in the blinding sun, but you have your rear fog lights right there, which are super bright, good for fog, obviously, in raining conditions. Obviously, you don't drive with them if there's not adverse conditions. This is kind of the tint that was on the tail lights when I got it. I left these because whatever, they're just reflectors. The paint's still, again, like, I mean, there's a tiny scuff here, big deal. The trunk is fantastic. You'd be hard pressed to find any kind of issues on the paint or the body. The mirrors have I think these have PPF on them, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe not, maybe they don't. Fenders, a little bit of peeling on the calipers, but that's normal. You know, what are you gonna do? But the big thing, headlights are brand new. Those are covered. These are covered with PPF as well. Fog lights. Front bumper for 130K, not bad. I mean, you got a little dinger there, but overall, I mean, really not bad. Hood's open because we're showing off the engine. Let's take a peek in the trunk. What do we got in the trunk? Not hiding anything back here. So these are the factory floor mats. The rear ones look brand new. Front ones were a bit dirty because they are original They do have 130K on them. If you want to use those for winter or different season or whatever, that's what you got to do. This is intact. This all looks fine. We have the surge tank here. A lot of times I just see this slapped together, hanging out, but I've done this really cleanly, really nice. The lines are all appropriately ran through the floor here. We've got seam sealer sealing the holes. You're not gonna have any issues with that ever. What else we got over here? A bunch of lug nuts for the slicks and the original lug nuts. We've got your TPMS bomb for the slicks so it doesn't trigger a code. Pretty handy. We've got a F Sport shift knob if you don't like the shift knob that's on there. This was, I don't know, I bought this new. Because again, it's the little details. I don't even know what shift knob's on there, but little details like that, I mean, that's the kind of stuff I focus on. Other people might not care, whatever. Shift knob that's on the car, it's this chrome kind of inlay, and then the leather exterior. I think it was a little bit easier on my hands. There was no stitching kind of digging into my fingers. But we also replaced this compartment here with the non-smoking version. There's no ashtray, it's just a storage container. Kind of rare if you don't know what you're looking for on that. And that's really it. And that's the car in a nutshell. I don't know where you're going to find one of these for 19 or 20,000. I mean, if you know of any, let me know. I'll buy a couple and then sell them for 25 and make $5 grand profit on it. But I think I don't know. I was trying to be being trolled and scammed online on my post about this car. People want to buy it as is for 19 grand. It's like, what are you talking about? Really? Maybe I'm just out of it. Maybe I'm out of the loop. Maybe I have no idea what I'm talking about. Maybe it is only worth 20 grand. Let me know. What do you think? I mean, the supercharger set, and I know people are going to say, well, you can't get the money back in mods and yada yada yada. That's not the point. The point is the value and the time you're getting back. If you want a turnkey supercharged car with everything already done, here it is. What if you can find a car for 25 and then you have to spend 1,800 bucks on a valley plate and then 3 or 4 grand on the front timing chain if you get a leak there, or the tensioner? You're in it for 30 grand already. Those are the things you got to think about. Keep that in mind. Oh, also the 2012s, they have the rear LSD. That's highly sought after for. Super nice on handling and grip and all that good stuff, but you know, it is what it is. We have a $10 eBay special catch can. I mean, it works, right? But I cut costs where I can, where it's safe, and then other areas like the OEM stuff, the engine, that's where I spend the money. So I don't know. This is kind of it. I was asking 40 for a while, and everyone just like lost their minds that I was asking that much. So I guess it's not worth 40. Is it worth 35? Is it worth 30? The supercharger setup, the kit, the headers, that's almost 15, 20 grand right there, plus labor. So would someone buy this supercharged car for 35? Let me know. Let's talk. Bring cash. Do you not want the supercharger? Will someone pay me 35 with it in stock form? Fine, I'll keep it. I'll sell the supercharger setup for 5-10 grand. I'll make 5-10 grand, and then you can have the car for 35 or 30. I don't really care, but I'm not taking 19-20 grand for this. That's just insanity. Insanity. So if you're interested in my car, let me know. Let's talk. Let's get a deal done. And if you know where to find a $20,000 2012 and up ISF, let me know. Let's start a business flipping them. Thanks. Later.